Hello, the game has started. It's my opponent to go first. I have a great rack, I have D files, and probably a few eights through the right floaters as well. Fielders through an R. I have the DE ending. And I have the side component. Okay, opponent plays Evo. Devo is good, so I don't think there's a bingo with the V onto the trip, so I'll just play D files here. Okay, I draw a good rack again. Larding and Darling are both good. That currently plays above the O. Devo. Does the I assist? Drailing. Drailing is good. Doesn't get the double-double score that I was hoping for. And that's closed down anyway. So, Darling or Larding. Darling scores more. Now I'm looking at words ending in ED as well. Not seeing any offhand. Dearling is good, but the E isn't in the right spot for that. I could play it through the E here. Now Zit takes, well, the L doesn't seem to really assist this rack. Dearling not gonna get the word doubled. I don't know if Dearling has an anagram. And anything through the S. I have the land component. And just looking at the V again. No. So I think I'll go with Darling below the O. Actually, if I'm only getting face value for it, and I'm exposing a trip for the S hook, maybe I just play Dearling and sacrifice a few points. No, Dearling takes an S. Okay, I've convinced myself. Darling for 6. Oh, well, it goes right into the trip lane. So be it. Darling for 67. Zit takes an I and an E. I have neither. Horm is good, H-A-W-M. And War, W-H-A-U-R. as well as WAUR. Opponent likely to take that trip lane. War 22. Whore here looks better. 34. I would have liked to have got rid of the U with 3 to come. But not seeing a great way to do that, to score and rack balance. Or that's probably about as good a leave as I'm gonna get. If opponent doesn't take this spot, I have war here. That'd be a nice way to sort the rack out with a 36-point play. Opponent taking some time with this move, could be close to a 9-timer. I have the air component of a word, doesn't seem to help. I have wah here for 27, that can't be best. Oh, opponents exchanged. Sorry, I've been waiting and waiting there. I didn't realize that because the sound on my end is muted because the microphone is plugged in. Sorry about that. Amorino, not quite. Amorino. I have the air component again. Air woman through a W. That's a shame. The W's not in the right spot. Does the L assist? I have main or on my rack. Main or with an A. The R doesn't really seem to help unless I can get a 4-timer through it. But that L seems like the most likely. I have the man component. Monarial, I think, might be good. That rings a bell. Monarial. What am I confusing that with? Manorial. Not seeing it. What about just here taking out the X hotspot? Yeah, this looks okay. I'm just going to try manorial. No, it doesn't ring a strong enough bell. That's a great rack. I have bingos aplenty here. Aneroids through the D, face value. War takes an S. Eurasian. And no, that's the only one there. Oda takes an L. Tax, okay, opponent scores well. Just as well I took the X spot out there. Glad I did that. Aileron looks alright. Aileron. But I might as well play it above the T if I'm going to do that. Any other hot spots? No. Aileron gives less back to opponent. Okay. Face, I have the face component. I have the self component. Faceless onto an S. It was staring me in the face. Just needed another S there. Fleeces, no, that's double E. Okay. I do now have, I was going to say fecal, but null is no good. Faces looks fine for $47. Unless, no, I wouldn't have an IES ending because it's not enough space. Now that's a rack. That is a great rack. Inertial, not quite enough space onto the through the I. What about onto the R? Latrine plus an R. Internal through an N. What about the... Okay, that's beautiful. Latrine does now play. I can't play to the left of pout, but I can play to the right. I'm not able to play under the C. Defiles doesn't take a hook. I think latrine looks fine. I draw the Q, but no U. I have the blank. QOPH onto an H. No such luck there. I have key here, which is almost worth doing for 55, unless I can spot a handy 40 plus point play with the Q, retaining the blank. I'm not seeing a bingo with these 7, but perhaps some obscure poly word through a floater. I do also have key here for 55, same score. I don't quite have opaque. Opaque. I wonder if opaque is good, but that doesn't really. It doesn't really help. Or maybe opaquely. But wow, how good would that be? Opaquely. I think it actually has merit now that I sound it out. So I'd need a U or an E to play through. Opaque. Opaquely. Actually, Zell is good, but IFY isn't. So opaquely, if it's good, would play there, but for the IF clash. Now, what does one do here? I suppose key is the play. Yeah, I'm going with key for 55. I draw the J. I have jalop through the A. 28. Jougs is good. Don't know if war takes an S. Swore. Not sure about that one. Okay, opponent creates a hook there, so I think jugs looks okay. 47. Piloted. That seems like a dream run of racks I've been having here. Piloted actually does play in column N. Co-piloted would be a 9. Twelve tiles in the bag. Does the R assist? I have the pro prefix and the pre prefix. And I have an E to play through ending in ED. Top lined through an N. If it takes the D, I know top line, but not sure if it takes a D. What do I have to consider? The R. Okay, opponent plays B, so piloted still available. But I am keen on this spot here, just looking to see if I have an ED ending word. petty old, I think, is good. For 80. I draw the K, two tiles in the bag, Monica onto an R. Opponent looks like he might bingo there, those letters very bingo-y. And that was part of my thinking, was to play further to the left, because playing the bingo in column N would give a little bit more flexibility in playing through some floaters, whereas now he has to begin with these tiles in order to bingo across if he wants to utilize one of my tiles. The other option would be a bingo onto the R or L, or parallel to war. So what other options do I have if opponent does not bingo? Keno here, or what about Kinnon? Okay, well, Keno looks okay as well. Opponent has a pretty good set of tiles. Can he Otarine? Otarine doesn't play. If I play Monica, what's he got? Aeration and Tentoria he has from the T, and he has a bingo with the P as well. So I guess I play Monica for 26. What to do with the N? Agent for 6. Nam for 6. Okay, opponent goes with rate and hasn't provided anything better than, oh well, he has actually taken the agent spot, so Nam for 6. And that was the end of the game. 612 to 252. I did have a great run of tiles there. Wish that could happen more often in live tournaments. Let's have a look at what we missed. Okay, opponent had Zoist for 48. He went with Evo. Defile seems best for 79. Zit for 44, opponent's best spot. Darling for 67, but Larding at J3. J3. Devon, of course. I didn't even consider the hook. Okay, Devon would have been a better play. So 5 points inferior there. And Darling in that spot wouldn't have given away. As it happens, opponent couldn't utilise that spot, but yeah, the column J definitely a better placement. Opponent went for an exchange, which gave me War, and Rived for 30 was best here. Opponent had a similar idea. Divert. Manorial. Oh, I said the word and then I thought, no, don't even waste your time putting it down. I think I played Monarial, but then I said Manorial, and yeah, I just talked myself out of playing it, but it was there, so missed that one. And Yex for 52. Tax opponent, similar idea. And Terrier onto or through the R. Of course, getting the 4-timer. Wow. And Terrier, definitely a better play. So I missed that. How many fewer points? Oh, nearly 20 fewer points. 16, yeah. Opponent had Nobby for 24 here. He went with Boy. Faces seems best for 47. Up for 16. Opponent went with Pout. Retinal and Latrine. Retinal at N1. But it just, I don't want to leave a R hanging in the trip lane for a few extra points. Latrine seemed fine. Bathe for 30 was opponent's best through 80 onto the trip. And then Key for 62. Oh, playing it up there at D1. Interesting. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't overly dangerous leaving the queue up there. And it did actually take out useful floaters. So, yeah, I do like Key in that spot. Anyway, still scored well and took out a hot spot. So not hugely suboptimal. Cobb for 24. Opponent played Cog, which gave me the hook for Jugs for 47, or Jews, G-J-U-S. Okay. B for 22 was best for opponent here with a strong rack leave. He had a similar idea. Piloted for 84. Petiold for 80. Okay, that's interesting. I just felt that Piloted, just gave a touch more flexibility for those floaters to play through. So I was happy to take a few fewer points. And Rowan for 41, parallel to Petiold, was opponent's best. I think he was still going for a bingo there. And Minke for 33 at N2. Minke. Okay, that does take out this bingo lane, but if I play Minke as opponent, as analyzer suggests, then opponent has anterior. Oh, yeah, anterior. So Minke couldn't have been best. Monica was the best way to take out these 2 lanes and these 3 lanes. So it only really left column N. So happy with that. Retial for 31. Where was that? L4. Oh, retial. Nice. Parallel to Monica. Opponent went with rate, and then Nam for 5. So, yeah, it was a good flowing game for me, and opponent had a few tough racks. Had to exchange. Yeah, the play that I was most regretful having missed was Manorial, which I did actually identify but didn't put on the board, and the other one was that 4-timer Anterior, I think it was, yeah. So, pretty good game otherwise. Hope you enjoyed watching that one, and I will see you next time.